The laughter had long since faded from their home, replaced by an eerie silence. Kwami, once a pillar of strength, now lay in bed, his leg still healing from the brutal attack. His heart ached not from the pain of his injury but from the betrayal that had shattered his family. In a quaint village surrounded by lush greenery, there lived a family that seemed to embody happiness itself. Kwami, a hard-working and kind man, always found time to laugh and play with his wife, Dalo, and their young son, Kofi. Their laughter echoed through the village as they played tag, hide and seek, and chased each other around their small but cozy home. Every evening, the family would gather outside, under the shade of a large baobab tree, and share stories of their day. Kwami would speak of his business ventures, Dalo would share amusing anecdotes about her day, and Kofi would excitedly talk about his adventures and dreams. Their bond was strong, their love for each other evident in every smile and gentle touch. Their life seemed perfect, a beacon of joy and contentment that others in the village admired. But amidst the admiration, there lurked jealousy, hidden behind the smiles of those who pretended to be happy for them. Dalo had two close friends, Amina and Naya, who often visited her. On the surface, these friends seemed to share in her joy, but beneath their smiles lay a simmering envy. They envied Kwami's unwavering love, the harmony in her home, and the happiness that radiated from her life. "Kwami is so good to you, Dalo," Amina would say, forcing a smile. "You should make sure you enjoy all the luxuries he can provide." "Yes," Naya chimed in, her eyes gleaming with mischief. "Who knows how long this happiness will last? You should demand more from him, so you can live like a queen." Dalo laughed off their suggestions, her heart filled with confidence in her husband's love. "He loves me too much to ever tire of me," she would reply, dismissing their words as concerns of caring friends. But Amina and Naya were determined. They continued to plant seeds of doubt and greed in her mind, hoping to create a crack in her perfect life. One evening, as the sun set, Amina and Naya visited again. This time, their words were more persuasive, more insistent. "Dalo, you deserve to look your best, to wear the finest clothes and jewelry," Amina urged. "Kwami is wealthy, he can afford it. You should ask him for more money." Naya nodded in agreement. "Why let another woman enjoy his wealth? Men get tired of their wives. Better to enjoy his money now." Their words lingered in Dalo's mind long after they left. That night at dinner, as Kwami shared stories of his business, Dalo felt a strange, unfamiliar desire to follow her friend's advice. Why not ask for a little more, she thought. Just to see what he says. Dalo decided to test the waters. "I've been thinking," she began, her voice steady but her heart racing. "I want to start a business. I need a large sum of money to get it off the ground." Kwami looked up from his plate, surprised. "That's a great idea, Dalo," he said warmly. "But I'll need some time to gather the money. Can we discuss this further and plan it out?" Dalo's face fell. "No, I need it now. Can't you just withdraw it from your business?" Kwami shook his head gently. "It doesn't work that way. Give me some time, and we'll make it happen." Frustration bubbled within her. "Why can't you just do this for me? Do you not care about my dreams?" Kwami's eyes softened. "I do care, Dalo. I just want to do it right." But Dalo, fueled by the words of her friends, could only see his refusal as a lack of support. Weeks passed, and tension lingered in the air. Kwami's business required him to travel to the next village. As he made his way back, carrying supplies and goods, he was ambushed by bandits. A fierce struggle ensued, and in the scuffle, he fell and broke his leg. Villagers rushed to help him, carrying him to the local herbalist. The herbalist examined the injury, his face grim. "It's a bad break. I'll do what I can, but you may never walk properly again." As news of the incident reached home, Dalo's initial concern quickly turned into a deeper frustration. The man who once stood strong and supported their family was now bedridden, and Dalo's patience began to wear thin. Dalo's resentment grew with each passing day. Her once loving words turned to complaints and sighs. She confided in Amina and Naya, who only fueled her bitterness. "Why should you be treated like a slave?" Amina asked. "You deserve better." "You should leave him," Naya suggested. "Find a man who can provide for you properly." The idea of leaving Kwami gnawed at Dalo's mind. The love and happiness that once filled their home seemed like a distant memory. She began to believe that perhaps she deserved more than a life tied to a crippled man. One day, Dalo decided to take the money she had saved for starting a business and spend it on herself. She bought the finest clothes and the most dazzling jewelry. When Kwami saw the new items, he confronted her. "Dalo, why did you spend the money on these things? We can't afford to be careless, especially now. We need to think about our future." She shrugged, her indifference like a knife to his heart. "It's not a big deal. Why are you making such a fuss?" Kwami sighed, realizing that the woman he once knew seemed to be slipping away. But Dalo, lost in her own desires, couldn't see the truth in his words. As the weeks turned into months, Kwami noticed Dalo's increasing reluctance to help him. Simple tasks that required her assistance were met with eye rolls and exasperated sighs. One evening, struggling to move from his bed, he brought up the subject. "Dalo, perhaps we should hire a maid to help around the house." Her response was laced with sarcasm. "Oh, so now you want a maid? Weren't you the one who thought it was unnecessary?" He took a deep breath, trying to stay calm. "I know, but things are different now. We need help." Dalo scoffed. "You mean you need help? I was also opposed before because I didn't want anyone to come between us, but now, you only have a man." Her words cut deeper than any physical pain he had endured. The man who had always stood strong for his family now felt truly helpless. Meanwhile, Kwami's best friend, Boko, had grown suspicious of Dalo's behavior. He noticed her sneaking out, her frequent absences from home. One day, he decided to follow her and discovered the truth: Dalo was having an affair. His heart ached for his friend. How could this happen to such a loving family? Gathering his courage, he approached Kwami and shared what he had discovered. Kwami listened in silence, his heart breaking with each word. He had suspected something was wrong, but hearing it confirmed was a blow he wasn't prepared for. That evening, Kwami confronted Dalo. "Is it true? Are you seeing someone else?" Dalo didn't deny it. Her eyes cold and unyielding, she replied, "Yes, I am. And I'm leaving. I can't be with someone who isn't whole." His pleas for her to stay, to think of Kofi, fell on deaf ears. "Please, Dalo. Give me time. I will walk again. Think of our son." But Dalo only laughed, a bitter sound that echoed through the house. "You're dreaming. I want more than this half-life." And with that, she walked out, leaving behind the life they had built together. Dalo moved in with her lover, a man from the next village. At first, she enjoyed the attention and the thrill of a new beginning. But soon, the cracks began to show. The man who had seemed so charming and attentive turned out to be a notorious womanizer. He brought other women to their home, showing no regard for Dalo's feelings. She was treated as just another conquest, her needs and desires ignored. The reality of her new life hit her hard. Amina and Naya, who had encouraged her to leave, now mocked her and no longer cared about her. She was alone, with no one to turn to. The pain of their betrayal cut deep, leaving her feeling isolated and regretful. Living with her lover became a nightmare. He began treating her like a maid. Dalo realized too late that she had traded her happiness for a fleeting illusion. Reflecting on the love and laughter with Kwami and Kofi, she saw how jealousy and greed had ruined her life. As her lover's treatment became worse, she longed for her family's warmth but knew she couldn't return. She moved from one man to another, searching for the happiness she had lost. She became known as a woman unable to find stability, her respect replaced by pity and scorn. Back at the house, life was challenging for Kwami and Kofi. The house, once filled with laughter, now felt cold and empty. Kofi struggled with anger and sadness, not understanding why his mother had left. Kwami, despite his own pain, tried to keep things together for his son. Boko became a constant presence, helping with daily tasks and providing much-needed support. Together, they managed to hire a maid to help around the house. The maid was kind and understanding, and she quickly became an integral part of their lives. The maid, Ajua, a beautiful and gentle woman, brought a sense of peace back into the home. She took care of the household chores and, more importantly, provided emotional support for Kwami and Kofi. She spent time with Kofi, helping him with his studies and encouraging him to forgive his mother. "Life happens," she would say gently. "We can't control others' actions, but we can choose how we respond." Her words slowly began to mend Kofi's broken heart, and he started to see her as a maternal figure. Ajoa's kindness extended to Kwami as well. She encouraged him in his recovery, helping him exercise and regain strength. Her unwavering support gave him hope, and he found himself looking forward to her presence each day. The bond between them grew, built on mutual respect and care. Kwami started to feel something he hadn't felt in a long time: happiness. Ajoa's positive influence permeated the household, and slowly, the home began to fill with laughter once more. As time passed, the affection between Kwami and Ajoa deepened. They spent evenings talking, sharing their hopes and dreams. Kofi, too, grew close to her, finding in her the love and guidance he had missed. One day, as the family sat under the baobab tree, Kwami realized how much she had come to mean to them. She had helped them heal, bringing light back into their lives. The decision to ask her to stay permanently was made with a heart full of gratitude and love. Kwami gathered his courage and proposed to Ajoa, his heart beating with hope and anticipation. "You have brought joy back into our lives," he said, his voice filled with emotion. "Will you marry me and become a permanent part of our family?" Ajoa, tears of happiness in her eyes, accepted without hesitation. Kofi, too, was overjoyed, seeing in her the motherly figure he had longed for. Their wedding was a simple but beautiful affair, filled with love and the promise of a brighter future. The house, once filled with sorrow, was now brimming with love and laughter. Kwami had regained his strength, walking again with the support of his new wife. Kofi flourished under her care, his anger replaced with forgiveness and joy. They created new memories together, cherishing each moment. The family, once broken, was whole again, bound by love and resilience, and lived happily ever after. The lesson is that it's crucial to choose friends wisely, as their influence can significantly impact one's life choices, and that genuine happiness and fulfillment come from meaningful relationships and love.